All right. There we are. Everything, yep. All right. Oh, this chair. Hold on a second. All right. Welcome back, everybody. I believe we are live. Welcome back to In the Bleed Live. Hello, Anna. Yes. Tonight, we are doing... Oh. Yes. You got it. Got it in one. We're doing Kill Bill. Because this is the Mother's Day special. Now I know that Mother's Day is still a few days away, and I just recently did the math, and it would actually make more sense to do the Mother's Day special on next week's show, because I believe it's the 9th here in Austria and Germany, and maybe all over Europe. Who knows what all these wacky countries are doing. And it's on the 12th in the US, which I think is next Tuesday. But in my experience, it's maybe better to be early than late. So we're doing the Mother's Day special this week. So I was going through a lot of movies. Thanks. Oh yeah, and by the way, lest I forget, let me know if the music's too loud or I'm too quiet. There we go. So, I was looking at what movies could I use for the Mother's Day special. And there's so many, there's quite a few. And then I was thinking, like, what would be the most fun? And obviously, one of the most fun badass mothers movies is, Kill Bill. I almost did Antichrist, because, why not? It's maybe, then I thought maybe this movie isn't the best Mother's Day movie. It's not. Charlotte Gainsbourg doesn't play quite the best mother. Maybe it's a different holiday we should be going for people who don't actually want to be moms. And Mother's Day specifically celebrates moms. And besides, the movie itself is made by someone who clearly has no problems with women. Oh wait, that would be on opposite day, not Mother's Day. It's made by Lars von Trier, who clearly has a million problems with women. So we're doing Kill Bill. Hey, Felix. Because Quentin may be a weirdo, but the dude appreciates women. So that's what we're doing. Earth. Chaos reigns. Here we go. Right. So, Mother's Day special. we So in the chat, if you want to suggest any particular moms from movies that come to your mind, let me know, and I will try and get them in the chat, or try and get them in the movie. I figure we give Beatrix Kiddo a few more moms to hang out with on her adventure. Could be kind of cool. Could be kind of lame, but what's done is done. We already started. We'll just have to face the consequences together. All right. Stoff, welcome. Just to catch all the new viewers up, we're doing a Mother's Day special. So any mothers you think of, put them in the chat, and I'll try and get them in there. And if anyone wants to give a shout out to their own mom, by all means, maybe I can even jot their name down on the screen. Real special, they'll be famous. Maybe not. I don't know if you want to dox your mom, but we'll see. And a very special Kathleen Turner from Serial Mom. Nice one. It's incredible. I'm writing that down. I have to write that down. That one's good. That's a really good one. Very special. Welcome to Mother's Day traditions to good friend of the show, Alice, who is herself a super new mom. And I guess I'll just start drawing. I'm going to start drawing some people in here. Let me put Kathleen Turner in here from Serial Mom. I have to pull up. Let's see here. All right. So I think we'll just, I think Kathleen Turner from Serial Mom fits pretty well in this particular frame. The music we are listening to tonight is some classic and somewhat obscure garage punk music from the 60s that I believe my own mom would dig. I was gonna do some yacht rock, because what mom doesn't like some yacht rock, some, Hall & Oates and stuff. But while I was making that music, or goofing with it like I do all the music, I almost fell asleep. Because, not that it's bad music, it's just that it's my show and I didn't feel like listening to it. So, I tried to find a happy medium. And there's a link in the description to the original recordings for this music. And it's pretty cool. Check it out. Not now. Don't check it out now. Everyone stay put. But check it out later. If you. So how's everyone doing this week? It seems like everything's going a lot better and a lot easier with the show than it did last week. Last week we had a nice quick mess of a show, thanks to the internet. But everything seems alright this time. Exactly. So badass moms in movies. I have a list of them to draw. So there's no pressure for anyone to come up with any. But yeah, like I was saying in the beginning, it really took me a while to decide what movie to do, because there's some really cool ones. Like I said, Antichrist was a quick thought and then quickly dashed. But then I thought maybe Terminator and Terminator 2, especially Terminator 2. Terminator 1, she hasn't quite had the kid yet, so it's like Sarah Connor, played by the amazing Linda Hamilton, is badass. Not a mom. Terminator 2, I mean, that's a mom that you better get the heck out of her way. Here we go with Felix. What about something crazy? Can you draw in the mother of cartoon mothers, Marge Simpson, who became completely insane? Absolutely. Write that one down. Yes. Well done. Ooh. This is Doubtfire. That's good. Okay, Mrs. Doubtfire's on the list too. Mrs. Doubtfire on the Mother's Day special. That's good. That's clever. So and then I also thought of Hereditary. That, like, Toni Collette plays a pretty tough mother in that movie, but I don't know how fun that show would be if we if we drew stuff for Toni Collette in Hereditary. Oh, okay. Let me draw a little more on Kathleen Turner from Serial Mom. Remind me to tell you about just a quick little story dealing with Hereditary when I saw that movie. Kathleen Turner is so cool. She's done so many cool movies. There's a lot of moms, so I'm just kind of breezing through this. Forgive any shoddiness on my part. I'm just gonna give Kathleen just the her classic butcher knife. Though she did find some pretty cool ways to dispatch the normies in the movie Serial Mom, which I highly recommend to anyone who hasn't seen it yet. It's one of John Waters' Hollywood productions. I once recommended Serial Mom to a friend when I worked at Starbucks. She was a middle-aged woman, and we got along with, with some movies. Like, she didn't like some of the rougher, weirder movies that I liked, but she liked some of them. And I recommended Mrs. Serial Mom. And she really liked it a lot. Obviously, because it's a great movie. Regardless of the fact that I just drew Kathleen Turner looking like a lizard woman. what have I done here? And yeah. So obviously she likes movies. She's not a super movie buff, but she knows enough. She knew enough, or she was familiar with movies enough that, oh, if I like this movie, then I'll probably like this director's other movies. And John Waters is one of the only directors in which you as a fan can get in trouble for letting a new viewer of his movies roam wild to check out his entire catalog of films. Because Serial Mom, it's brutal, but it's funny and it's polished and it's shiny. It's Kathleen Turner, it's quirky. And then she went and found a copy of Polyester and Pink Flamingos. And then our working relationship was strained for a couple of days. because I had clearly said, I really like John Waters movies. And I do. I really like all of the, Desperate Living it's one of my favorite movies. Okay, I am not going to kill myself on getting Kathleen Turner just right. I'm just going to kind of keep trucking. All right. Yeah, because while Serial Mom and Hairspray and even Crybaby are fun little romps with a very classic American feel, Pink Flamingos and Desperate Living are challenging to most viewers. To say the least. All right. Serial Mom. That was a good one. What else did we have? We had Mrs. Doubtfire and Marge Simpson. Those are good ones. To catch everyone up, anyone who is just joining us, we are doing a Mother's Day special, even though Mother's Day here in Europe and in the US is a little closer to next week's show than it is to this one. Better early than late. So anyone who wants to suggest or recommend any moms from movies, put it in the chat and I'll do what I can to get them in here with Beatrix Kiddo, star of one of the most badass mother movies ever made, Kill Bill. Marge Simpson. Oh, Secret Friend Carol. Just reminded me of another really good John Waters movie, Pecker, which is really good. I feel like Pecker is kind of like a little bit in between, like a shiny Hollywood movie and his normal rough, special, gritty atmosphere. That's a really good movie. And Cecil B. Demented is gold. Ooh, Neil, Johnny Nightstick. Hello. He says, perhaps a little indirect, but what about my boy, Mr. Glenn Danzig, howling the lyrics to his timeless classic, Mother? Yes. I think if anyone has a good sense of humor about themselves, being drawn as a mother into a Mother's Day show, it's Glenn. I love it. Glenn is in the show. And howling mother. No, Glenn. Okay. First, let me throw Marge in here. I haven't drawn a Simpsons character since I was in high school. I don't know if anyone else has seen it. I know you've seen it, Neil. And Felix, I think you would dig this too. There's a comic called Henry and Glenn Forever, I believe. Either Henry and Glenn Forever or Glenn and Henry Forever. And it's an indie, a real punk indie comic where Glenn Danzig and Henry Rollins are like this riotous punk couple that are madly in love, and they go on punky adventures and get in fights and have squabbles at home about not doing the dishes, and it's amazing. It's such a good comic. I think there's only a few issues of it. It's definitely worth Googling. Alright, let's see if I can draw a Simpsons. I would like to draw a Simpson, please. I mean, we got the big googly eye. I want to say maybe I drew Bart once in high school, a million years ago. So, as iconic as these fools are, no one give me any shit. I completely goof Marge up. I mean, now that I'm drawing Marge, it's just Bart as a really tall woman. Are all the Simpsons just Bart? It's the exact same facial structure. Yes. Thank you, Felix. You brought me back. I feel young again. Just like Bart. Toe to tip, just like Bart. Neil, that's gonna put me on a laughing jag if I don't get it out of my head. For anyone who hasn't seen the McElroy Brothers Monster Factory, you just go on YouTube at some point and put in Monster Factory Bart, and it's one of the best half hours of life that you'll ever have. Just like Bart. Toe to tip. Hello, Pierre Larson. I really like Tarantino too. Oh my goodness. From Dusk Till Dawn is incredible. This is one of my top 10 movies. It's so good. It's so good. It's like getting two movies in one film. And both movies are amazing. And then he's in there being a total pervert. Who would think you ever watch a movie where you're rooting for the pervert? Yeah, right, Neil? I know. Like now, it's in there. It's in my head. I'm going to be spending a Monster Factory stint as well. I'm going to do a stint watching Monster Factory as well. So for any new viewers that have just joined us, just to catch everyone up, because I don't know, you pop into the stream and you see Beatrix Kiddo hanging out with Kathleen Turner and Marge Simpson. There's a reason. We're doing a Mother's Day special. So, Kill Bill being one of the most badass mother movies ever made. I figured we'd give Uma Thurman, Beatrix Kiddo, a few mother friends to hang out with on her adventures. So if you have a mother from a movie that you would like to see, go ahead and pop it in the chat, and I will do what I can to work them into the movie. Anyone in the chat? If you have a favorite movie or a favorite movie concerning mothers, let me know in the chat. Or, I mean, not just me, but everyone else in the chat. Because if you don't want, I'm going to try and draw who I can. But then there's also just the fact that mothers are mothers. They're everywhere, so they pop up in movies. And yeah, if anyone has any interesting mothers from movies. One of my early crushes was a mother in a movie. It was Jo Beth Williams from Poltergeist. Of course. I feel like I gave Marge a little more of a figure than she has in the show. Hope nobody minds. She also doesn't exactly... She looks like She was drawn by someone who hasn't drawn a Simpson since they were a teenager. So, you know, we got that going for us. Oh, why? I gave her a Morning Star. It's the question we may not never have the answer to. What does she wear? A green dress? Music tonight for the new viewers is some really kick-ass old 60s garage punk. There's a link in the description for the original playlist. I chose this music. I figure it's kind of fitting. I'm sure Quint's probably heard all these songs before. It's nothing too obscure for that guy. And it's also stuff that I think my own mom would like. Sorry, MF Bender. That is a reference to Monster Factory. Going on a bender for just watching all the Monster Factory episodes on YouTube by the McElroy brothers. This is some of the best entertainment I've ever experienced. It's great. It's a great show that they did, where they would go into a video game, be it Dark Souls or just any video game where you can create your own character and change the appearance or you know, actually like create the character with sliders and attributes and things. And then they would try and make a monster out of that character, but not to mock it or make fun of it. They would do it, they would try to make a monster and then end up loving what they created. And that's the whole show. The whole show is not playing the game, it's only making a really loving, horrifying creation that by the end of not even by the end of the show, almost, like 10 minutes into the show, we're all, including them, we're all in love with this thing that they're creating. And they really try to make it bad. And it ends up being the best. Okay. That was that frame. Okay, we have Glenn Danzig, we've got Mrs. Doubtfire. I've got a list of moms as well, and I'm going to draw one of mine real quick. I feel like Beatrix needs a little help in this particular fight. So, one of the most badass moms I could think of is about to help her out. Again, speaking of badass moms, I just remembered with the movie Hereditary. Toni Collette plays, I mean, she's amazing in everything she does. And she plays this really tough mom. The story I'm about to tell has nothing to do with that. It only has to do with the movie. I saw the movie with Johanna, my friend. A close friend, Johanna, and I watched this movie late at night. And I'm walking home afterwards. And it's here in Vienna. I'm walking through the streets of Vienna. It's really late at night. Everyone's in bed because Vienna closes up shop pretty early, even when there's not a plague shutting everything down. And while I'm walking on this empty street, I see just a lump of something on the sidewalk ahead of me. And it looks like it has hair. My immediate thought was, this is a head on the sidewalk. And my heart skips a beat, obviously, because Hereditary has, I would say about 100% more severed heads than your average movie. And so I realized, okay, this is obviously just because I saw this really good, impactful movie, Hereditary, that I think there's a head on the sidewalk. And as I'm getting closer to it, I see that it's hair. There's hair on this thing. And that's the curve of a cheekbone that I see. And now my heart is racing. Because, like, who wants to find a head on the sidewalk? And I'm convinced that it's my imagination really sticking it to me because of the movie. And that's where this fear is coming from. It's not that I'm afraid that my own head is going to pop off and also land on the sidewalk, or that this head is going to come alive. It's just this conflict between the obvious answer being my imagination playing tricks on me, and reality failing to disprove it. And I finally get up to it, and I'll be ding dang darned if it's not a head, but just the head of a mannequin that had fallen out of some student's window. Like they had drawn like a peace sign on the cheek as a little tattoo or something. Like it was obviously a decoration in a university student's room that was sitting on the window ledge and fell out the last time they smoked a cigarette or something. Who knows? But this 2 minutes of being torn between imagination and reality, and neither one of them being able to discredit the other efficiently, was harrowing. Okay, on to moms. Okay. Oh. During my rambling, we got Felix. Do you think one of the people in the background can play Fruit Ninja, slicing a melon or so? Absolutely. Yeah, that one, I can take care of that right now. Hiya. 100 points for this young ninja. This young fruity ninja. Solely based on quantity of severed heads per dollar, Hereditary is a freaking bargain. Well said, Neil. I agree. 100%. I really got my money's worth on that one. For the rarity of severed heads in movies in general, the value on such a thing is quite high. Okay, sorry, I'm putting in. Oh, no, I don't want that. That's not what I want. Here we go. Putting in one of my badass mother ideas. I think something from this series of movies has made an appearance in every episode of In the Bleed Live so far. Find a good location so we get some really good. I'm afraid my idea is going to obscure Beatrix no matter where I put her. Okay, so we all know Beatrix is in here. Sorry, I just got a little message from a secret friend saying I sounded like Joe Pesci. It's true. Sometimes. All right. Okay, this idea I had of throwing the alien queen in there was good in theory, but now it looks like a mess, and I feel like it just kind of looks like I dropped my Apple Pencil on my iPad from a few inches high, maybe like, I don't know, 57 times, and just made a mark every time. It's just kind of chaos. All right. So maybe we'll just move on to the next frame. Transition. Okay. It was a noble effort. And for anyone just joining us and wondering why we're drawing a bunch of crazy nonsense into Kill Bill, it's because this is the Mother's Day episode, Mother's Day special, and what movie has more of a badass mother than Kill Bill? It's hard to think of one, but we're trying and we're putting them in there. So if you can come up with one, go ahead and type it in the chat, and I will do what I can to draw it into the episode. Let's see here. What other? So we have Mrs. Doubtfire. We have Mrs. Glenn Danzig to put in there. We also have other mothers that very Magnola. Thank you very much. I take that as a compliment, especially when I thought I was totally goofing it. But if you say that it's very Mike Magnola, I am a happy man. That guy is a master among masters. Other mothers that I thought of, there's Mother Firefly from House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. She's a pretty strong mother. I feel like she's a contender for kick-ass mom. Played by the amazing Karen Black in House of a Thousand Corpses, and later Leslie Easterbrook in Devil's Rejects. First, let me get Mrs. Doubtfire in there. I can't believe we're doing that. I've drawn things on this show that I never thought I would ever draw in my life. And Mrs. Doubtfire is now on the list of things I never thought I would draw. So I appreciate that. That is not a complaint. That is a thank you. Indeed, and it is an omnipresent mom. Neil, you bastard. Oh. Animal mother from Full Metal Jacket. I appreciate the the determination, even if the spirit of the show is slightly lost in your suggestions, but they're so whimsically lost that I have to honor them. Animal Mother and Glenn Danzig. That's one hell of a Mother's Day special cast. Okay. This is Doubtfire. What a weird movie. I mean, it's cute and charming, but it's also the portrait of a psychopath. Right? I mean, this dude, it's very honorable that he loves his children so much. But the lengths to which he goes to do it is frightening. I'm not saying dressing up as a woman is a frightening step to take. I'm saying doing it just so you can be closer to your children and prove that you're a good influence and father. by doing everything you can to trick your children and family into not letting them know you're their father, just to show that you're a good father, is weird. Absolutely. And I gotta say, Mrs. Doubtfire ended up being a pretty darn good mom. He's a terrible father, but he was a good mom. Okay, now, don't drop all of them. I just thought you were naming badass mothers. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh my goodness, and his makeup is weird. I had to look up a picture, which is going to make it even more embarrassing when I make a bad drawing of Robin Williams as Mrs. Doubtfire, because I am looking at a photograph, so there's no reason why I should goof it too bad. However, I could feel it slipping away already. Control of the pencil is already on its way out, because this makeup is totally insane. This was a good one, Stoffel. Sorry, I'm tapping so much on the screen. It's just trying to get stuff straight here. Oh yeah, that's another weird thing about the movie. He didn't dress up like a woman because he wanted to. It wasn't like something that gave him any satisfaction. He did it again to prove himself by erasing himself to other people. Because he's a psychopath. But I guess he could kind of look at, well, all of these mothers that we've mentioned, and just for the nature of storytelling and movies, and they have to be exciting and climactic. You can kind of say that about everyone we've mentioned at some point in the movies or TV show. They've all been a little psycho to protect what they think is right. Mothers, the great heroes of the world. But also women who don't want to be mothers. Totally cool too. And I did not mean that in a dismissive tone. I was just concentrating on how I'm going to finish Homeboy's makeup drawing. Those old lady glasses. Whenever I think of Mrs. Doubtfire, I also think immediately of Tobias from Arrested Development, obviously, as Mrs. Featherbottom. Who just tried to impress his daughter, maybe in the most delightful way. This is looking a little more like was it Siskel or Ebert? With the blonde hair. I think it was Ebert. It's looking a little more like Ebert than Mrs. Doubtfire. Apologies for that. I thought the hair would help distinguish. It doesn't. It actually looks even more like Roger Ebert. Sorry. Fans of either Roger Ebert or Mrs. Doubtfire. Anna says, you have to give Mrs. Doubtfire a white frosting cake face. Oh my god. Anna, you're a genius. This is why you and I make such a good team. That's so much better. Now, then it won't look like Roger Ebert. Such a good scene when a woman from the Youth Welfare Service comes by. Oh, that movie. Should watch it again. We should all watch Mrs. Doubtfire again. Okay. Yes. Okay, let me finish Roger Ebert's rendition of Mrs. Doubtfire, and then we'll put the frosting on the face, so no one can see my shame as an artist. I need to come up with a new In the Bleed video where I can prove to everyone that I am good at drawing. Again. Because when I'm drawing really quickly, these things I've never done, such as Mrs. Doubtfire. I feel like sometimes goofing it. Everyone check out my Instagram where you can see drawings where I'm actually good. Regardless of how much fun I'm having drawing this, I wonder if it's the best idea to have this as a live forever document on the internet. And Roger Doubtfire's head is enormous. What have I done? There we go. Vaguely about it. But I wonder how much fan art is there of Mrs. Doubtfire. So it could still be a really good artist if we take this and compare it to all the other fan art of Mrs. Doubtfire. I imagine there's not much. I imagine I don't have much competition in the Mrs. Doubtfire department at the moment. Would you like would you like a banger in the mouth? No, Sophia, don't be sorry. This is amazing. I love it. This is a highlight of the show, of the series so far. All right, I think. There we go. So it looks like a bit of a granny. What did I do wrong here? Okay, we're gonna move on. Oh. It's good. We got Mrs. Doubtfire. Granny Smith. Anna says, "Oh, thank you, Anna. You're the best. If I would take 10 years and is that 5 million or 50? It's 5 bazillion hours of drawing lessons. You never draw, you never draw a Mrs. Doubtfire like that." If I would draw Mrs. Doubtfire, it would look like this. I like that idea. Okay. Who else was there? Glenn Danzig. I think Glenn would look good in this frame. Glenn? I mean, these days, Glenn is fit as a son of a gun. But he also has a nice Mrs. Doubtfire, Oma, grandmother look about him. It's nice. Okay. Sorry, Mrs. Doubtfire. I need to move you over a little bit, make a little room. What other mothers did I think of? I don't know if we're gonna get this so many more mothers. We have Glenn Danzig. There's other mothers. Let me know what you think. Oh, Lula from Wild at Heart, who is not a mother for most of the movie, but she becomes pregnant and needs to make some choices and decides to have the child. And yeah, her and Sailor get into some strange situations. That's a cool mother from a movie. The mom from Goodnight Mommy, a really cool Austrian horror movie. I don't mean to qualify it like, oh, it's a good horror movie, Austrian. It's a really good movie. I think it was made by, what was it? Veronica France made that movie, and he's got Severin Fiala, I believe. I could be goofing. I'm sure I'm goofing up a last name here and there, but those two made a really cool movie. If you haven't seen it, Goodnight Mommy. It's not a good Mother's Day movie by any means. I don't even know why I brought it up. It just has a mother in it. It's actually a really terrible Mother's Day movie because it's two twins who get their mother back after she had an operation, and they are doubtful that it's hurt their mother. And very stressful antics ensue. Holly Hunter, Ed, from Raising Arizona, that's a badass mom. Even though she wasn't actually a mom in that movie, she just wanted to be a mom so bad that she became a badass. That's a pretty tough move. Wanting to be a mother so badly that you steal a child and then fight, the embodiment of vengeance for that child. That's pretty cool. Speaking of vengeance, there's Lady Vengeance, the Park Chan-wook movie. Sympathy for Lady Vengeance. She was a badass mother. I thought about doing that on the show as well. However, that movie's really depressing as well as badass, and didn't really lend itself to a fun time like we've had so far. Okay, sorry. Mother Danzig. Yeah. No, we're doing all right. Sorry, everyone just listen to the music for a second. I need to concentrate. Glenn Danzig has a weird face. It looks like it was sculpted and drawn into existence. You'd think that those would be the easiest faces to draw, and they are not. So, give me a minute while I goof up Glenn. Thank you, Neil. Sorry, I just had to check something. I also realized that doesn't need to do Glenn howling Mother. That's the only way you could have him doing Mother. Not just having him stand there singing it. Come on, Rob. Do you think anyone, especially Glenn, can just stand there calmly singing Mother? No way. And in here, howling. There's an enormous mandible, a jawbone. Working at maximum efficiency against all the tendons and muscles that dude has in his neck. Little howl hole here. Nobody tell him that I called his mouth a howl hole. I don't know if he would think that's cute. Angry little peepers. Obviously, he's standing here sweating up a storm in his leather jacket. I did kind of bam him up a little bit for the sake of Mother's Day. Neil says, I can already tell this is going to rip, especially with Mrs. Doubtfire standing to the side, silently approving Glenn's decision to scream. it's true. She's really giving him the go-ahead. She is into it. And Glenn Danzig and Mrs. Doubtfire make a pretty good team. There we go. I know. It's true. You got me on that one. It's really. I knew you were gonna call me out on that. I was just putting the shading on the jacket, and I realized this dude is really tall for Glenn Danzig. He's just a little guy. He's just a little powerhouse. But yeah, it's true. I kind of beefed him up and gave him a couple inches, and it's true. All right. I'm not exactly sure who else put in here. I feel like this frame is perfect the way it is. We have yes, it is my magnum opus. Glenn Danzig growling and howling mother while, let's bring that back up actually. Growling and howling mother while Mrs. Doubtfire looks on approvingly. And Beatrix Kiddo. I feel like the show's not going to get better than this. Beatrix Kiddo, pregnant, a fresh life ahead of her before all of the chaos and madness that happens in Kill Bill. It's like, I don't know, this frame, this drawing is pretty much it. This is a Mother's Day celebration right here. Granted, there's only one woman in the drawing who is actually a mother. The other one is a man who dressed as a woman to impress his kids and ex-wife. He did not do so because they felt like a woman or a mother. And the other one is screaming mother at the back of Uma Thurman's head. I kind of feel like, in a meta sense, this is the snapshot of motherhood in today's day and age. So, I think we're going to close the show on this. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I think we're doing all right. Who knows, maybe next week we'll throw a few more mothers into the show because, I mean, there are plenty. There's still the woman from Dagon to draw. That was a pretty cool mother, even though she was trying to be the mother of destruction of humankind and bring about, the elder lords, elder gods. She's still a mother. She still cared. She still loved. Yeah, and then there were the other mothers we mentioned tonight. So, I think this will be the end of the show. Just a bunch of mothers that I can think of that I would like to give a shout out to. There's Sandy, Louise, Cassia, Alice, Mahatma Momsel, Brigitte, Nettie, Amanda, Barry, Megan, Katrin, Nadja with Sunny, Marta, Murgle, Elfrida. Just a whole bunch of mothers that just pop off the top of my head. I've been very lucky to have a bunch of really cool mother figures in my life. So happy Mother's Day to all of them. I know others are not so lucky. And to them, I say, well, I'm glad you are who you are. To all the women who don't want to be mothers, I say, right on for you too. But yeah, Mother's Day. I think it's cool that all the mothers who chose to be mothers or had to be mothers did what they could. And I myself can only speak from my own experience, and I've been a lucky boy. So thank you, Anna. I'll see you next Wednesday, all of you. I really appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. And yes, have a good week and weekend. And yeah, I'll see you next Wednesday. I love you all. Good night.